Hello everybody, Xanathar here, and today I'm doing an episode review of episode 11 of Ultraman Trigger. If you like this video, don't forget to drop a like for this video, and don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell. So let's get into it. Let's talk about the plot. So Camilla does this dark spell on Trigger, sending Kengo back into the past. Kengo comes friends with Lazio, and he's getting chased by Dark Trigger. Eventually, you find out why the Dark Ultras want the Eternity Core is so they can make the World of Darkness. Eventually, Lazio gives Kengo a transformation device. Eventually, he ones up on Trigger and transforms her Trigger, eventually seeing Trigger and starts battling for the body, while Trigger transforms the Dark Trigger and starts attacking the city. And then it ends with a crit handle. So that's the basic plot. This episode's plot was honestly pretty interesting. I can't wait for the second part. Let's talk about the characters. The main character, Kengo. It's kind of interesting where he's finding out about Trigger's past and everything, and yeah, it's kind of an interesting episode for him. Lazio. We finally get to know her, honestly, in this episode, and she's quite likable. Also, she knows a lot about the Eternity Core, well, it basically will destroy the whole world, light and darkness. And that's honestly quite interesting. Akito and Yuna. They didn't really do too much in this episode, but Akito did let it slip about Kengo being Trigger. That's gonna be interesting. The other characters, they didn't really do too much except acting very shocked about Trigger being basically knocked out. And when Trigger turned into Dark Trigger too. The villains. The villains were quite interesting. We finally got to know their motivations. They want the Eternity Core so they can make the World of Darkness, and that's honestly pretty interesting. And we did get to know Dark Trigger, and he's very much a silent type. So yeah, and it seems like the whole trio is very close with Dark Trigger too. The effects. The effects were great in this episode. I really did the, background effects and how the ancient times looked it. It looked really cool. And also, Dark Trigger's design is so awesome. He looks a lot like Ultraman Noah. He has those rings, and I just think that looks really cool. I like how dark he looks. He actually looks a lot more cooler than regular Trigger, at least in my opinion. So yeah, the music was good. I did miss it in the show, honestly, a lot. Criticisms. Well, I have none, honestly. I have no criticism about this episode. This episode was pretty interesting. What did I like about this episode? Well, I really liked this knowing about the Dark Ultra's motivations, the past of the Ultra civilization, and getting to know Lazio. Yeah, and Dark Trigger. I really like the Dark Trigger. I would give this episode a 8 out of 10. It was an okay episode, not one of my favorites, but I did thought it was very interesting. So yeah. So don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Xanathar is out.